We rollin'! Yeah!
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for podcast.
Yo, everybody, what's going on? It's your boy, Michael the Menace Johnson. Back at you with another episode of Menaces Mic, episode number 3 since the merger of 3 Pros and a Pots, Menaces Mic. On the mic, as always, my guy, G. Jones. And Bonez, the GOAT.
What's happening? What's happening?
The
There's
barber
only one
with
GOAT.
the skills.
You know that, right?
Yes.
Yeah, there's only one GOAT. That GOAT shit's been overplayed too much.
Who
recently.
is the GOAT? Are you the GOAT?
That's what he says.
And what?
You kind
For
of
me,
look like
I
a
don't know,
nanny
bro.
goat.
The GOAT shit, I didn't really get the name from that. Like that shit's
Yeah.
kind of like a daily reminder not to like rest on your laurels. You know what I'm saying? The shit you did yesterday don't matter. Like you gotta constantly be better. So that's like a reminder to me. I never said I was the best because I know niggas in my city that cut better than me.
It's not from your looks.
That's the beautiful
Nah, hell
part.
nah.
You look like a goat.
Get the fuck out of here.
That's the great part about doing cool shit and having high goals like that, though, Bones. You never arrive.
Nah, that's not the that's not
You
the
never
beauty.
arrive.
The journey.
You know what I mean?
It's the
Yeah,
journey.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
the journey.
yeah.
But yeah, it's just a reminder. Stay on your shit, man.
Yeah. Go ahead, Bones. Why don't you start us off a little bit, man? Tap us in. Let us know what's been going on with you, how you been, work, life, family, all good?
Everything is great right now. I got my son's 10th birthday on Saturday, man. My oldest. So shout out to
Damn,
my boy
I've known
Kai.
you for that long?
Hell yeah.
Damn.
Hell yeah, bro.
That's crazy. Like
Yes,
I
bro.
judged that by like the kid years. Like Jason, I was talking about that.
Yeah.
His son's damn near 11. Grayson, I was just talking about that too. I've known his son since what, 3, 4?
2 or 3. 2 or 3.
Yeah, like that's crazy.
He's
So
10,
go
bro.
ahead. The
It's-
10th birthday.
It's crazy
congrats.
because somebody said something to me, he's like, bro, you've been a dad for a decade.
Perspective.
And when my homegirl, when she said that, I was like, shit. Like, damn, I've been a dad since I was 25 years old. And like, I know kids I'm talking about kids. I know guys that are 25 years old right now. And I'm just trying to put my mind frame back now as a 35-year-old father. Like, damn, like, what the hell was I going? Like, I know men that are 30 that say, hell, I'm not ready for no fucking kids. Like, I wanted my son. So when that shit came, like, that just lit the fire. But yeah, my son's 10th birthday. We doing a little birthday party at the spot down here in Boca called Launch. It's like a trampoline obstacle course. And then I bought him the Travis Scott concert tickets. We going to I'm gonna take him to Travis. See
I
Travis
gotta start
Scott.
cutting hair. I gotta start cutting hair, Mike.
Yeah,
Keep
I gotta
him-
take
keep him
on. He
away
don't know
from the
about Travis, though.
riots.
No. We up in the 300 section. I got him
Yeah,
where
wait.
if we need to get up out of there, we good to
I
go.
thought
You know
his
what I'm saying?
concerts was banned for a little
Nah,
bit.
yo, I went to that shit. This is my second time seeing this actual show.
Yeah.
So I went in December for my birthday. I've been to a lot of concerts.
I heard he's one of the best performers.
I've been to a lot of concerts, seen a lot of performers, festivals. There's nobody like Travis Scott.
No.
I heard he was.
I swear
heard
to
he was
God,
good.
Coach. I'm talking about
I
like
like him, but I don't.
that shit gave me goosebumps, bro.
Really?
It's
he's really
crazy.
good.
Like
That's cool.
he played one song 9 times in a row. Fiend. He played that shit 9 times. And on the 9th time, it still felt like it was the first time.
Yeah.
They broke the sound record at the Miami Heat at the Heat Stadium that night. Like people, it was so
That's
crazy.
wild.
Like you could feel the floor
Yeah.
shaking from that.
How many?
It was crazy, bro.
How many people generally on stage with him? I hate all
He's by
that rap
himself.
shit with 40
By
people,
himself?
man.
He's by himself.
See, he's
he
not
never,
like rap,
he never has
though.
anybody on stage.
yeah,
He's like rock,
yeah,
alternative rap type shit.
He's not like a rap guy.
Yeah.
But the
He's more
streets-
But now when he
musician.
want to
He's
get in his
more
bag
musician.
now he's got some. When Travis want to spit, he gonna spit. But it's kind of like if shit ain't broke,
Yeah.
you ain't got to for what? Switch it up for what?
He's a little suburb boy. He County Brownie, isn't he?
Nah, hell no.
I heard
Nah,
he was
grew up
from
in-
like the suburbs.
Nah, he was from Houston.
He was rapping,
He's
yeah.
Nigga from Houston.
Man, Houston got suburbs.
I mean, he got some suburbs, but I don't remember him being in those suburbs. But the thing I like about him, bro, was like there's videos of him performing for like 15, 20 people.
yeah,
With the same energy, bro.
That's dope.
Nothing changed.
Yeah.
He just got more money to do shit wilder. So yeah,
Man.
Saturday, son's 10th birthday. Shout out to my boy Kai. we going at it. I'm surprising him with the Travis Scott concert for his birthday. So my mind's just kind of just been, everything's just been consumed with that, and then just been working on my systems, man, my daily systems, the things that make me feel good about myself. You know, the things that I can control in my bubble.
Go there a little
know?
bit more. Systems. I like that.
I
Tell
do
me
this
about
thing,
it.
Mike. No, they get on me. People get on me on the gram all the time. Like I do grounding as much as I can. You know, I try to get my feet in the dirt, in the grass.
You'll lay in the grass.
and walk.
See, I've been wanting to
I'll
do
do
that.
it.
Nothing like grass on your feet, man.
I've been wanting to
It's-
do that, but there's so
it's
much
crazy.
dog shit in my apartment building.
No,
I can't go lay in
I'm
the
always
grass.
looking down. I'm always
Yeah.
looking down. I have stepped in dog shit before. I'm not even gonna hold you.
Put your
But it
head
was
in-
just like I'm so locked in on doing that because it's just time to myself. Like
When
I
do you
don't
do
take
it?
my phone
You-
in the morning.
In the morning, yeah.
In the morning, but then there's times where I miss it, or if I have like a high stress moment or whatever, or something got me tight, I go put my feet in that grass and I walk my ass around this big ass lake in my neighborhood. But then it also is like an ego. It helps me control my ego because I'm this tall, skinny ass tattooed black guy walking in the grass around this lake with no shoes on.
Looking like a hippie.
I look crazy.
I hope you
So
smoking a
it's
joint.
like I go out there because it just helps me relieve my stress.
Nah,
you know, I can
I
deal
feel
with my
that.
thoughts. Sometimes
I
I
feel
walk
that.
around. I'm in a good mood. Sometimes I'm fucking crying. You know, sometimes it's hot as hell. Sometimes it's pouring rain. Like if it's time to go walk, I'm getting in that fucking grass. So that's like a system of mine. It's like something I got to show up for Corey at least one time out of the day. You know what I'm saying? If these people can pay me $75 for an hour of my time, I can take an hour away of my time for myself because my time for myself is more valuable.
You're your
than
best
fucking going
friend.
to work. You have to be, but it's
Gotta be.
something I had to practice. Like I said, it's a system. I'm working on it. I feel like you were saying earlier, like there's always going to be the next step. You know, I'll never have my systems perfect, but I'll always make sure that I show up for myself, and for me, my nigga, that's enough.
Right.
So that's what my mind's been at lately with,
Yeah, you showed up
with my
talking that shit today, bro.
Yeah,
That's
man.
my
You
dog.
sure you don't fuck with stones? Everything
Man,
like that?
fuck
I know
no.
you would say you don't.
Hell no,
Now we talking about stones.
Check his
Man,
pocket.
you know there's
Like,
people
man,
that
we
be
was
into
talking
about-
fucking
we was-
crystals and shit.
Yeah.
What's wrong with crystals?
Bro, man, like
Oh,
in the fucking
yeah,
and the
he
angel
wasn't
numbers
here.
and that, man.
So he wasn't
Fuck
here,
that,
and he's
man.
a big like you should. I hope you ain't got none on.
He ain't
dude.
got none on.
Yeah, you ain't got none on. But he's kind of like a
Bro,
little advocate.
people be
He's
talking
just-
about I'm charging these things up, and
He's not a big energy.
what the fuck is
vibe.
it like?
No,
It's not
who,
like
me or
fucking
him?
kryptonite or
You're
some
not
shit.
a big one.
Nah, I
he
just
hates
do it cosmetically.
Yeah,
That's
he
all I
is.
do.
Shit look good.
Yeah, right.
Put that shit on, man. Fuck out of here.
Put
that
that
shit looks
shit
good. I'm
on.
gonna put it on, but I'm not about to be like, yo, this is a so and so crystal, and this
Shit brought me
it's-
back to life.
Yeah, it helps me with my positive thoughts. I get the fuck out. Who said that? The Rock told you?
That's funny. The Rock.
The Rock fucking that Rock
The
told
Rock,
you.
bro.
Get out
Let
of here,
them
man.
people be,
But to each his
man.
own.
Let the
To each his own.
people go,
You know what
man.
I'm saying? Some motherfuckers think I'm crazy because I walk around barefoot.
I love crystals. My daughter loves crystals.
You know?
Everybody's considered to be a weirdo to everybody.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm not saying that they're stupid.
Yeah.
I have a different perspective.
Normal's
From my
lame,
perspective,
man.
I'm not
Normal
really
is
fucking with
lame.
that.
It's like
Normal
It
is
is.
lame.
Normal's
100%.
lame.
I'm a
But
weird
you-
motherfucker too.
But you consider your weird normal to you.
'Cause
It's
it
like,
is.
I'm normal, motherfucker. You're weird, but I'm my normal. You're weird,
What-
motherfucker. Like,
well, what are we basing it off? What's the
Yeah.
gauge? Who's the person that dictates and says this is fucking weird or this cool?
yeah.
Who
It's
makes
all
the rules?
perspective.
I make
being
your own
normal,
rules,
yeah.
man.
It's perspective,
So
man.
there's no such thing as normal in the sense.
Exactly, bro.
Yeah.
There's no such. Well,
We getting philosophical.
Yeah, I
Deep
know,
here,
right?
boy.
Like, what do you think is
yeah,
What
but
the hell
it
else we
depends
gonna
on
solve?
it's your mindset. You know what I'm saying? Some motherfuckers they think that this is how a man should look or a woman should look based off of society or the most popular people who exist type
Let's
shit.
stay there. Let's stay there
Yeah.
for a minute. We're getting kind of off of our general plan a little bit, but let's stay there. Elaborate on that point a little bit because I've been thinking a lot about this.
Okay, so perfect. I was having a conversation at the barbershop with the guys a couple months back, and I was like, there was a singer named A. Marie, and she sings this song, Just This One Thing, you know? And that was like early 2000s. But if you look at the video, every one of the girls that were in the video were slim. Slim, nice, petite shape. Even A. Marie, she is not filling up those pockets at all, but she was fucking beautiful. And that was what the standard was at that time. Remember how crazy people acted when J-Lo wore that dress to that
Right.
award show?
Right.
They fucking lost it. Why? Because it was out of the norm. Women weren't, that wasn't a sign of sex. That wasn't like sexy at that time. It was such a shock to people. But then it ultimately turned into that. And then what do you see? Every fucking chick's got their titty and their chest out now. For like the past 5 years, that was what. So it's like society and people who are in positions of power, like athletes, celebrities, social media figures, based off of how they want to move the scale, society tends, or the weaker-minded people tend to follow what those structures are, you know. And then that's when you have people who don't subscribe to that shit. They're called weird because they're really just walking in their own lane.
I think we see, especially today with all this cultural stuff going on, that people talk a lot about masculinity. How do you define masculinity? What is masculinity? To be quite honest, you can attest, I can be quite feminine in some areas. I don't know about feminine, but I can be
emotional.
No, I'm not emotional. Just crystals and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Flamboyant, is that a good word?
I'm not really flamboyant though.
I know I'm fucking with him.
I like to be loud but understated, if that makes sense.
Stand out.
But my thing is, and people make fun of me all the time, but I'm cool with it because I'm comfortable with myself.
But you're the same way.
I'm the same way.
You're the same way. You should have seen
fucking heels.
You should have seen the sunglasses.
I wore fucking flares.
I
wore flares.
He had on, but he FaceTimed me when he was in Dallas. I'm like, what the fuck you got on?
Man, I had on, like the boots that Prince used to wear.
Right, I
wear them shits.
Dog.
I fucking wear those with fucking flares.
Chaps too, like
bro, hey man.
And I'm okay with it.
Fuck no, that's wild. That's wild.
I'm okay with it. But I'm like this. Hold on, I'm like this. I show up to the gym and I do pretty much the most masculine thing you can think of all day, every day for a living.
Yeah.
I don't gotta be a tough man or a masculine man on my personal time, my free time. I don't.
I just call that security.
That's what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I call that security. And I feel like
I'm very comfortable.
What's more masculine than being secure with yourself?
Yeah. For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Instead of trying to portray this fucking tough guy that, oh no, you shouldn't talk to me like this, or I go to the gym, I do that. Man, get the fuck out of here.
I used to wear like
just a bunch of dumb dudes.
I used to have
shit.
like a dope pair of like pink Nikes. You remember those pink Nikes? I used to have,
I had the pink Chucks.
Yeah, so I used to get on some of them. I used to
Shout
wear
out to
them
Cameron.
out. And people used to be like, what the fuck you wearing pink Nikes for? You look queer. I'm like, yeah, but what would it feel like to get kicked in the mouth with a guy with pink Nikes on? I got how would you feel about that?
Yeah,
like,
pink snicker in your mouth.
Exactly, right? Like, who's in the worst? Like, you really just got beat up by somebody with pink Nikes on? Yeah,
bro, just for me, like, I got that shit from my dad.
Right.
Like, my dad was the dude in church wearing the purple ties and stuff like that with the nice shoes and the different
rhinestones?
suit. Nah, not the rhinestones.
No rhinestones.
My dad fucked with the pearls.
I'll rock some rhinestones.
He never had them. Well, he wasn't at that time, but he always taught me. He was like, hey, bro, be yourself.
Yeah.
And he said, the thing that he told me when I got older, he was like, the thing that's crazy about it is women always love a man that's confident more than a man that sticks into the crowd. You'll always stick out no matter what by just being yourself. Word. That'll be your biggest flex right there. It's just being Corey. So like I've never had a problem trying any style out. Like if I see something I like it, I'm putting that shit on.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? If it's comfortable and I fuck with it, I'm gonna wear it.
Go home and put that shit away.
Bro, I had for my birthday I wore a first shirt, long sleeve shirt.
Yeah,
that's flamboyant.
With leather flare pants and some heel boots.
Yeah, he was a little flamboyant. I was like,
bro, man, with some fucking pearls on.
I've been trying to get into more. Colors are my thing whenever I dress. I've been trying to get into more textures. I was reading something. Textures. Yeah, different kinds of textures and clothes and shit like that.
Gotta put that,
different
bro.
contrast and shit like that.
Gotta be confident, man.
Go coming to the gym with some big ass like fur on your back or something.
That's the thing. I don't care. Like,
it don't matter.
You see that shit coaches wear?
You know what? I was like trying to think of like a little a suit, like a hoodie suit outfit.
That's clean.
Like a suit with a hoodie on. Like what would you think? Y'all would like that.
Yeah, we'll do that out in when we edit. Yeah. You
gotta put that shit on. The confidence, man. The confidence speaks more than fucking anything, bro. When you walk into a room, you ain't gotta say shit. Like your presence is felt. Same thing with a fighter.
You talking that shit, dog.
Same thing with a fighter. A nigga that walk in a room full of men, if he know he holding his own, there's a different air about him.
What they say? Tough
and
guys
people
ain't
feel
tough
that
around
shit.
tough guys.
You know, people feel that
I'm
shit.
so secure everywhere I go. I'm like,
That's
You're not worried about
that's because
nothing.
you're crazy, but
yeah, I know, right? That's a crazy, like, Mike, bro, you know where you are, huh? Like,
Just be chilling.
these niggas are killers. Like,
But that's what I'm saying. There's a different that confidence. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I think that's masculinity, just being
I think
secure.
that supersedes
You
almost
know,
anything.
being in your bag. You know, this is my bag. This is what I fuck with, and I'm cool with this.
There's a lot of motherfuckers out there that spend way too much time comparing themselves to other people, and it's a fucking wasted exercise.
I mean,
that's what it is.
that's gonna be
Everywhere.
from the beginning of time. Niggas gonna hate
because
But
niggas
it's
gonna
not
hate, bro.
because it's
productive,
because
you know what I mean?
it's in your face. Like everywhere you turn around, like somebody's got to like put on the show or stun or front like something's there not there. It's like, oh my god, this guy posted this picture. Oh wait a
Keeping
minute,
up
let
with
me
the
go do
Joneses.
something so I can post a picture.
Yeah, you sitting at home like, I
it's
don't
like-
care.
Yeah, it's like,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, it's just like
But we kind of got that was dope, Bones. I appreciate you sharing. We kind of got off of our
So
the
we here to
direction
do.
and our script was going a little bit. But I guess I'll go. You and me go next. I'll just
whatever,
I'll just do a
bro.
quick
Feel
catch up. I'll do a quick catch up. First of all, it's kind of cool being the full-time guy here on Menaces Mic. This is my first time jumping into some podcast shit. So I appreciate the opportunity, Mike, to come here and chop it up with you. And
I appreciate
sir.
of course, pleasure to meet Bones. That we don't
Likewise.
have history together, so it's just been really dope. I was in Abu Dhabi last week. Sydney Outlaw had a grappling match. He submitted what's old boy's name, Terrence McKinney,
T-Rex.
in about a minute and 15 minutes.
Damn,
and 20
that's how
seconds.
quick it was?
Yeah, it was quick.
Really?
it was quick.
Motherfucker
He
flew all the way
yoked him up by
across
his
the
Chance
neck.
be talking
Word.
that shit on Twitter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
too
he
much.
a little bit.
He be
Too
talking
much.
that
He need to grow up a little
shit.
bit,
I fuck
but-
with it.
They too
He talking
white.
that shit, dog.
Yeah, but like, calm down.
Yeah, no.
Stop.
But remember what we was talking about? Niggas gotta do
need
that.
to do better.
No.
We need to do better.
Yeah, we.
We.
It's a big we
We.
word. Yeah, and
I feel you.
they don't
Yeah.
feel that. Like they don't.
So, anyway,
we don't
yeah.
stick together. You know, so
Yeah, not
we
enough.
never realize that.
So that's
fair.
one of the things. Additionally, I am I'm Bones. I'm taking the jump into social media. I've been reluctantly doing it.
Content's been fire lately. I ain't gonna hold you. The quality
Word?
been fucking A1.
Thank you for the feedback.
I love that framing of the videos too.
But I started a Discord channel, so we're about 2 weeks into it. It's not necessarily I didn't want to do like a regular vanilla technique show and tell page. I wanted to be more applied coaching with the goal of not just coaching athletes, but coaching coaches as well. So there's going to be, I plan on anyway, having a lot of real life scenarios, working some behind the scenes in there, some fight week stuff, and just general overall philosophy of how I conduct my business. I think that me, Henry, and the rest of us have built something that's very unique to the industry, and I want to get that out there. And hopefully I can make a couple bucks while doing it. So that's where I'm at. Michael.
Wait, hold on. I got a
Michael.
question. I got a
Go ahead,
question.
go ahead.
How long you been coaching for?
I've only ever coached. I've never had a job interview in my life. I graduated from college in May. I was hired on June 1 for my first coaching job as associate head coach. I did that for 10 years, and then I moved down here, and I've been doing this for 9.
So 19.
19. Ain't that some shit?
So in the 19 years
Mm-hmm.
that you've been coaching, what do you feel is the most valuable lesson that you learned about yourself?
That's a really good question. I don't know if I can get to a really, really specific answer, but I will say this. Probably in the last 5 or 6 years, I've been really, I find the right word, amazed, happy, content that I'm still discovering a lot of things about myself. Obviously, you grow and you create different and diverse experiences that allow you to grow in different ways. If you're living, if you're, committed to all these different areas of your life. I think that hopefully should happen organically. But I along that same line, I've always known, but it's coming clearer the type of impact and power. I don't mean power as in ruling, but just impact and that I have. Like I believe that I am a powerful person, whether it be through words and actions. And I think at this point in my life, as I said, I'm starting to understand that. But at this point in my life, I'm not utilizing it to the extent that I think I can.
So you finally truly realize your value.
I don't know if I figured that the value part out. But what I do know,
Because the reason I asked, because my follow-up question was because I was going to say, why do you want to start doing this now? And you answered the question.
yeah. So yeah, no, that's exactly it. I don't know what that value is, but I know that I am living under it
You and your purpose.
right now.
For sure.
You know what I mean? And a lot of it has to do with it's crazy. I was just thinking about this walking in. Whenever I was a young boy, I was like painfully shy. Like painfully shy. And here I am doing a podcast on the fucking internet. You know what I mean?
That's real as fuck, coach. I fuck with that.
You
Well,
know,
it's not
so
live, so
fuck
you
with
can
it.
hide behind the cameras.
yeah, and ain't no hiding.
here.
Man.
We
I don't
ain't
hide
here.
from nobody. So yeah, I desire to make an impact on this earth way beyond the MMA athletes that I coach, and I need to do a better job putting myself in position to do that.
Fuck
And I
with
don't say that arrogantly. You guys know me, but you know me.
A little bit.
It's just
it. That's where you at.
it's
with
where
it.
I need to go. It's where I'm going.
Bet.
But Mike, catch us up. How far out are you from your fight?
Fuck, I don't know.
2 weeks? 3 weeks? 2 weeks of training and a
2
week
weeks.
or
No,
one
we
and
got
one?
a week of training.
Okay.
and
Catch
we
us
have
up,
fight
man.
week.
This is I've done enough fight camps. I know that those last few weeks are not only important, but
Camp's been camp. You know what it is? Like, I've been doing this shit for 16 years.
still the realest in the game.
Right, because 14 years in the UFC, and it took me about 2 years to get there. So so just about that. And you know what's been different is, like, I always told somebody, I took a step back and I became just like back to a student. Like, I would just tell myself, I don't know shit. You know, I was like, I don't know anything. Let me go learn from Nick Lentz. Let me go learn from Jordan Oliver. You know, let me go learn from these guys that are great at what they do. And I'm just going to think that I don't know shit. You know, go to Herbert Burns, Gilbert Burns, you know, go to guys like that. Jason Jackson, for instance, you know, just guys like that are great at what they do. And I'm like, hey, just pick it up on that. Then maybe I should change that. Maybe I should do that. And then it's weird because it's like,
You're gonna make me cry. The young boy's growing.
and it's weird because now I'm taking like the little shit that I'm getting back, and now it's starting to implement back into my game, and now it's becoming whole again, as it wasn't like being like one dimensional and me trying to look for shit to do and try to figure out like some special like move and try to figure out what's going wrong. It's like, no, you kind of got away from being a student of the game. Like, just get back to loving it. So that's where I am. That's where I'm at. And it's been great. Like, my body feels good. I'm stronger. I'm healthier. My mind's better. And I got a good fight. I got a perfect fight ahead of me for me to go in here and show out and get back going and show people that, man, this dude's been in the UFC for this long, but what
Still
in
busting
the
ass.
Fuck. Yeah, like, he don't look like he didn't lost a step. Like, he's getting better. Like, he just gained a step. Like, how is he still this fast? Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, just I don't know what's going on. That's what I'm telling him. Just keep watching.
What you say? What did we just say? 19 years. So in a sport or an athletic venture, or really anything, really, you're gonna have those peaks and valleys, right? And what I've seen, not just through my own athletic experience, but through observing people for a long time, in those valleys, when it's difficult, when it's hard, when you don't feel like going, obviously those are the most important days to show up. But there's still a lot of learning and development that takes place inside those moments. That's why I think you see, like, whenever you take a few weeks off of training, obviously not in camp, but you take a few weeks off of training, and the first day you come back, that move you've been working on and hitting, you just couldn't get it. And then all of a sudden it magically works. I think that's just one of the magical things about people and how they learn that, it might not seem like it right now in this moment, but if you're honest, you're accountable and responsible, you're still doing very productive work, regardless of how it feels right now.
Yeah, like I said,
that was just
a journey.
I wasn't, not to refer to you, but that was just kind of a tangent, I guess.
Yo, so in camp, like some fighters, they say they do. Like the one thing I always remember about Floyd, he said he never did it. But do you watch like tape on the people who you're fighting, or do you try to just do like? Because you're the guys that say, I'm just trying to better. Be the best version of myself.
I watched some tape in the beginning just to see like how they fight. See when they're aggressive, how long are they aggressive. I look at things like that because I try not to get like focused like on the actual fight, if that makes sense, because they're fighting a different style. Maybe they got a different game plan for the guy I'm watching.
New coach type shit.
Maybe
Let me tell you something too. I've sat in the corner of a lot of UFC fights. Guys, MMA fighters, look way better on film than they do up front, inside the cage.
Really?
I mean, it's a fight. A lot of guys are sloppy. A lot of guys just throwing punches and kicks and hoping something lands. Honestly,
I feel you.
I think
is there ever a time where like you can remember seeing some shit on tape, and then you saw it in the fight and was able to execute on it, like the way you trained for it in camp?
No, and that's fucking crazy for me to say in like 40-something fights.
Really?
Like damn near like, I studied this on film and it worked to that T. Because it doesn't seem like that. Just like the famous quote, Mike Tyson, everybody's got a plan until yada yada. Shit goes wrong in fights sometimes.
Well, that's the thing as it refers pertaining to you too, is you have a unique skill set. So that film you're watching is not gonna look like what you fitting to put on that dude.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
they
saying?
can watch all the time. It's like it's like until you get in front of me, you're not in
front
a
of it and stop
yeah,
it,
like
man.
you see
Stop
I'm
it.
fast on film, but just wait until like we're up close, and then you got to deal with my movements, and you got to deal with a different shit. So it's a lot that goes into just like watching film.
Yeah, it's like a up-tempo football offense, right?
Yeah.
Like you watch the film, we're
But
gonna
it's
put
not
the
the
outside
same until you get
linebacker,
in
strong
there.
safety here, blah blah blah, and you line that thing up. and
Game
these
moves
moments,
fast.
The heart rate, cardio, all that shit gets in there, goes crazy with you.
Yeah. It moves. It moves fast, and shit goes wrong sometimes.
Sometimes it do.
But it's great when the game can slow down and everything, and you can
It's a beautiful
just get in
moment.
there. And because then it's like ooh,
Slow
it's like,
motion,
oh my God, and then you
that,
start seeing shit left and right.
When's the last time you felt that moment, Mike? They call that the zone, I think, right?
Yeah,
so.
it's been a while. The Casey fight I was in, and I saw everything going from that one. I can any of the fights. Look at all the fights I do great in, and I just look like a
it's
world
almost
champion.
like a mystical place to be.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and you can tell when I'm not in it.
I remember that fight when you knocked out that Brazilian guy.
Oh, T-Bow. Yeah, that was the word untouchable in that one. Yes.
Well, that's what we gotta find. That's why it's important to journal, to know how to get back there, and that's why it's important to go there in training every day.
Speaking of knockouts, it's I don't know what kind of mouthpiece he had in. You guys like how I'm gonna play this in real quick. I just gotta tell everybody.
I don't know where you're gonna go.
You don't know where I'm gonna go is. One of our great sponsors, Impact Dental Design mouthpiece. And the creator of Face Meets Fist is gonna join us today. My good friend, Dr. Andrew Sarwitz. If my maestro can ping him
Andrew.
in. There he is.
What's up,
Andrew,
guys?
what's happening?
Hey, I remember you, dog.
How you doing?
What's up, buddy?
What's up, brother? How you
Let's
doing?
see.
Good. So quick.
Thanks for coming on, man.
So quick story with this guy. That's why I gotta have him on. We gotta discuss the brands, everything. So quick story. This was probably like 8 years ago, maybe, when Cameo first came out and became a thing. He somebody requested me to send him like a happy birthday or something, and he requested it.
I remember this.
On the Cameo. Yeah, I was like leaving New York in the airport, and that's when I did it. And we built a relationship like ever since. You know, he invited me up to New York to take a visit in his great dental office. You know, he's a dentist up in New York, the Bronx. You know,
Yes,
and
baby.
he was. I don't know if you still are. You got to remind me of this. The Nets team doctor, dentist,
Oh shit.
as well. So you know, he invited me to a game. I got to get, you know, the jersey with my name on the back of it and the suite and everything. So he laid out the red carpet for me. Yeah, bro.
Come
And it's
on,
just-
dog.
Yeah, and it's
Come through
incredible,
with it.
bro. And I talk about this because and I did a post of it, like MMA game don't really bring a lot of great shit. They don't bring a lot of great people around you, honestly. And that's in a lot of business, you know, but fortunately, you know, there's a lot of great people that come with it at times, and I've met a great relationship. Andrew, how you doing?
Doing good, my man. How's it going?
Good. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, so I just wanted to you know, get you on the podcast and talk about what you got going on and how you got started with everything, and you know where the mouthpiece business is going, and how many UFC fighters you got. I was just thinking about that. You got to be on the roster.
It's getting crazy, man. I want to say, if I'm being conservative, I'd say 10% across the board.
Wait.
Like the
10% of what?
The UFC
like
roster.
the whole roster. It's got to be something
Yes,
like
it's
that.
everybody.
Oh, damn, dog.
It's everybody.
Yeah. Looking
Oh.
around this room too. This is one of those moments where I'm like, there's clearly been some mistake here. This is not how I'm not supposed to be here.
Oh, shit. We actually got a chair right here for you, man. You belong right here.
Next time I'm down there for sure. I mean, it's been a bit. I used to take the trip down to Kill Cliff, do the mouthpieces for the boys. But yeah, man, it's been a wild ride, and it's funny you telling that story about Cameo. It was like, you know, medium embarrassing, but that's kind of like what happened. We bumped into each other at a UFC event, like one of those meet and greets. And I saw you come in across the room, and I'm like freaking out. And I was like whispering to Pauline, who, you know, my fiance at the time. I was like, "Oh my God, it's Michael Johnson." And she's like, "What's the matter with you? Just go say hello." And I was like, "I can't do it." But she's like, "You got the perfect opening. Just show him that video." And sure enough, she was right. I got brave for about 30 seconds, like I was about to ask you to dance or something. And no, we just started chatting. You know what I mean? And I think you know, it's maybe like a half an hour or something, just chit chatting, and you know, we connected. I think the open bar probably had something to do with that. You know?
No, I'm just I'm a people's person. You know, I like to, you know, have conversation and, you know.
There we go.
Yeah,
We
asshole.
just become best friends. But yeah, man, to your credit, you know, we stayed in touch, and that was kind of what started everything.
So wait,
and-
I'm sorry to interrupt you, because
Yeah.
my question was gonna be, I wanted to hear you talk about scaling up to capturing 10% of the UFC roster. That started with Michael Johnson?
Yeah, like
Oh,
if
cool.
I could name, I could probably, I'll name two people. I would say Mike, definitely number one. He was the first guy that really opened the door and started introducing me to a lot of
Yeah.
people. The second
People
was,
helping people.
you know, yeah, the second was the bantamweight goat, Aljamain Sterling, my guy here in New York. He was another one who kind of just introduced me around, and
No, it wasn't.
I'll say without a doubt, like the two of them.
Don't take my
without
dog's
the two of
credit,
them,
man.
There's no way. Okay, I'll change it to distance.
No, I was just in. I was just in Abu Dhabi, and Aljo competed there too. And I haven't spent a lot of
Yeah.
time with him, man. He's a really solid man and a really solid person, and obviously a really good fighter. So that doesn't surprise
really-
me that he extended
really
that will
smart guy
to you.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he's a good dude, and one of the few where you could say, you know, success goes to a lot of people's heads, but he is the exact same, as when I met him years ago. Didn't change a bit. Still really down to earth and just a cool dude. But
Yeah, just a dude. Yeah.
but
Andrew,
yeah,
what was your journey like from being the Nets dentist to now and going through that journey? And should I call you DDS? Like every time I see dentists, I get like the hangover part where the dude's at these like, if anybody gets sick, call a doctor. I am a doctor.
I'd be really interested to hear that and a little bit about the compare and contrast working across the two sports.
Yeah, so I thought you were going to say PTSD from all the abuse over the years, but that's not bad. I'll take that. Yeah, man, it was sort of a random gig. Me and a couple of my partners were brought onto the medical staff of the Brooklyn Nets, and it was a really cool experience. It was a really grueling experience, but I knew nothing is permanent. So while I was doing that, I was just focusing on sort of my own kind of branding, I guess is the word. And I was a huge UFC fan at the time. So I started networking as best I could. And, sometimes that meant sliding into the DMs and things like that. And just, going to a lot of these meet and greet type events and just putting myself out there. And yeah, that's pretty much how it happened. We just kind of like bumped into each other, and I started just deciding that I was going to be the MMA guy. Just that's how I envisioned myself. It was a sort of one of those fake it till you make it situations. It's I like to say like 80% skill and probably 20% delusion, something like that. Sometimes it's reversed depending on which day you catch me. But you know what I mean? Yeah, somebody's got to be the first one to believe it. And I was the first one I started telling people, and then certain guys like Mike were like, oh, I guess this is the guy. Let me give him a shot. And came up for some regular dental work, and we just started realizing we had a similar kind of mindset, a similar drive, at least on the business side of things, in terms of fitness and stuff like that. I'm going the other way, but.
People used to think I was so cool.
For the fans,
I was like, my dentist in New York. I gotta go see my dentist. Oh yeah, how long you be gone?
Concierge
A few
dentist.
days. I gotta fly up to New York and see him real quick.
Be right back. I'll be right back.
For those maybe people watching that don't know, 10% of the UFC roster, we're talking about 60, 70 guys.
Yeah, I think that's
roughly.
pretty accurate. Like every fight card.
What separates your mouth guard, sir? I'm putting you on the spot. What separates your mouth guard?
I'll tell you what, everybody asks about like competition and who, how I stack up and things like that. But to be brutally honest, there isn't a lot of competition. I think most companies are run by, lab technicians, guys off the street, more people that work in a lab as opposed to clinicians who know head and neck anatomy and stuff like that. So that's number one. You definitely want to make sure a dentist is designing your mouthpiece. Because anything you buy, like over-the-counter stuff, even like low-end things, anything you put between your teeth is going to protect them. It's only going to get you so far, though. I'm more concerned with brain trauma, concussions, being knocked unconscious, things like that. So I'm concerned with.
Can you stay there? Can you stay there? Elaborate a little bit about the importance of that and just the whole chain of things that happens when someone gets punched in the face.
Oh, totally. Yeah. I mean, it's a great question too, because a lot of people don't really think that there's any connection between, your teeth and your brain, but it's your head. It's all connected. So, I mean, I could nerd out as long as you want. I'll give you a quick rundown, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
If you're thinking
we here, dog.
Yeah, we go. Let's learn a thing or two. There's going to be a quiz at the end just to make sure you're paying attention. But anyway, so obviously your TMJ joint is the connection between your jaw and your skull, right? And obviously the important stuff is in your skull, but anytime you're taking any sort of force on your jaw, it's going to be translated. And usually it's the contralateral side. So if you're hit on the right side, it's the left TMJ that's getting traumatized and stuff like that. So the joint itself is really stupid. And I say that because it's not even like a single joint. It's kind of like a double joint. So the first part of it, when you open your mouth about a third of the way, it's like a ball and socket, just like this. But once you go beyond a third of the way, it literally dislocates and pops out. And that's how you can open really wide. And then when you close, it slides back in. So, as you can imagine, if you get caught at the wrong time when that's dislocated like that, you're doing some serious damage just to your jaw itself. And on the flip side, if you're hit when it's really compressed like that, you're translating the force from your jaw right to your brain, basically. So there's a sweet spot where I can open up your mouth and open up that joint and hold it kind of like this. So that extra, let's just say 3 or 4 millimeters is just enough to kind of dampen that force so that it doesn't hit you in the skull. Yeah. And, I think the only way to really, know whether that's true or not is to experience it, to use it and to get hit and to compare it to, what you've been using before. Yeah.
I've been fucking knocked out and hit with a bunch of mouthpieces. I've been hit really hard with your mouthpiece and I've been knocked out. So, it's like, and that's the funny thing. I woke up, I was like, you know what? The motherfucker, I just making up all excuses. I'm like, the fucking mouthpiece, the motherfucking mouthpiece. Everything, bro. Just making up excuses.
And
you get back to the hotel, look in the mirror like, you asshole, man.
And then I watch my other fights. I'm like, well, shit, I got hit hard as a motherfucker right there, right on the mouth. The mouthpiece worked just fine.
That's fascinating, though.
The same exact mouthpiece.
Some people think it's just so you don't bite your tongue or lips, you know what I mean, or your gums, or not your gums, your cheek.
Yeah.
But
and a great thing about yours also is it gives me a little breathing hole, like on the back, where I'm biting down on a specific like elevated part on it, and I do notice a lot of mouthpieces don't have that. So, so my mouth is closed, but I'm still able to breathe like in and out, So.
Yeah, there's so much that goes into it that you just wouldn't even think of. Like,
seems simple, right? It seems simple on the surface, right?
Exactly. And that's why everyone kind of overlooks it. And the thing I tell people, you're only allowed to bring so many things into the cage with you. Like, why not try to take every advantage that you can? Get a really good cup, number one, get a really good mouthpiece, number two, protect the important stuff.
Yeah, right.
Right. What you were describing, like the way that the teeth fit together, that's the concept of occlusion. So it's even important how your jaws connect. We wanted them to connect in the right spot. And I'll say something about Aljamain really quickly. He was the first guy who figured out that if you slightly protrude your mandible, you're actually
hold on, slow that shit. Yeah. Slow that shit down. Slightly protrude your mandible. Which one?
So think about it, right? We talked about that TMJ joint and how we want things open just a little bit. Now imagine that you're moving your jaw forward slightly when you bite down and clench. You're potentially giving yourself even more space. So now when I take the bite or take the occlusion, I'm actually telling people to kind of move their jaw forward just a couple of millimeters. So when you're clenching, you're actually giving yourself a little bit of extra space.
Is that a physical thing, or is your mouthpiece designed to kind of push that out?
It's kind of designed that way. Like,
cool.
Yeah, we'll mold your bottom teeth in the biting surface too, so it kind of gives you a repeatable position. So if you're going to clench, you'll find little grooves there that you can kind of hold your jaw into. And the other thing that's good too is if you're taking shots from the side, it prevents it from slipping out. So if you get a good shot right on the chin, rather than having your whole jaw pop out, it keeps it clenched and it keeps it stable there too, which is kind of cool. And I think that's what you were talking about, being able to kind of bite down in that same repeatable position and be really stable and be able to breathe and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's never come loose or given me any problems. I've been cracked pretty hard. I mean,
except when I bust your ass.
Shit.
I bust your shit.
I need to know how much I need to know how much these things cost. I need to know how much they cost. How much is a mouthpiece, a custom mouthpiece? If I need to fly to New York with Mike next time, I need to get.
Yeah, I got the mold. I got the molds
here.
Dangerous.
You know what I'm saying?
Listen, I have the molds here. Right. Who you think everybody in the gym comes to do it? A gym full of 50 professional fighters, and each one that gets a mouthpiece from him, these motherfuckers come up and ask me to mold it for them. And I'm like, what have you been doing since then? Like, I don't understand it. Like, you don't know how to mold a mouthpiece? No, Michael, brother, please help me. Like, yeah, all right,
Mike's the
brother.
assistant out here in Florida.
Man, I
go.
really enjoy talking to people that are passionate and knowledgeable about their craft, man. That was, I do this shit every day, fucking all the time, man. And,
But yeah, going back to
here's some new shit.
going back to Bonez asking where can he get one. We'll provide a link. But yeah, give a shout out to everybody
totally.
and him and
Yeah, buddy. Thanks, guys. Yeah, we're in the process of redoing the website right now. It's impactdentaldesigns.com, but you can find me on Instagram too, Impact Dental Designs. The cool thing about it is the company isn't so big where everything is being outsourced to a bunch of different people. I'm still making 100% of the gourds that come through. So if someone is making a purchase online, it's going to be my dirty hands making that thing. But everything is made to the same specifications, and everybody always asks, like, if people are buying online, it's like, are these the same ones that the UFC fighters are getting? Absolutely. Same standards, same specifications, same cool designs that they want to. And we made some cool ones over the years. There was a period where we were putting gold grills inside.
I got
I thought you
pictures
had
of it.
one.
Yeah, I did. That was mine. Yeah, that was our. We were coming up with ideas, and he actually got. He had somebody put the actual gold in there, and Aljo ended up seeing it. He got a better one.
Did I miss something, or did he not say the price?
I need one.
Yeah. So there are some promotions going and stuff like that. All in with we ship worldwide, so you got to get like an at-home molding kit, custom artwork, taxi shippings, all stuff like that. We retail for $299, but there is like a lifetime guarantee on that. So we have a replacement plan if something happens to it, if the retention doesn't fit as quite as well as you would like it to. You get a new one, no questions asked.
Can you make grills? Like Bonez, I know you got a grill. You got one, right? Yeah, you got. Tell us about them. I got a grill. I got bottoms, and I barely wear them, but I do wear them though. I want a new one. I wear them a little bit, yeah, because I like to do this. But
what's the turnover from you shipping me the mold? We have them, but just for other people, you shipping the mold, assuming that I get it back to you soon. How fast you flip that thing back to me?
I'll tell you the way it should be and the way that it sometimes is. The way it should be.
Let's just get the way it is. Okay, let's get the way it is.
I want to hear the real.
So let's call it, in the ideal world, you do your order. I would say quick and dirty, you're looking at like 4 to 5 weeks because we got to send it to you, do the mold, send it back. Usually only takes maybe 2 weeks to fabricate, and then we get it back to you. So it's the shipping that's the killer. But I'll tell you what happens more often than that. I get a panic phone call or text message on like a Monday or a Tuesday. It's like, no, it's not even that. It's like, I just got to Vegas and I realized I left my mouthpiece at home. Can I get another one? Yeah. It's like,
Can you get that here tomorrow?
I've been on the other end of that call with other people, not me.
But your lack of responsibility is not mine. Is not my emergency.
So I've had moments like that where I have 3 days to do it, and so there was a big fight a couple, maybe like 2 years ago at this point. I get a call on like a Wednesday, fights on Saturday, and it's like a desperate manager like, we don't know what to do. We have to get this mouthpiece made. No one says they'll do it. Can you help?
For who?
And I'm sitting there. So this was
on blast.
This was
who's irresponsible?
Who was it?
I'll tell you. So okay, I'll tell you the fight, and then maybe you can guess who it was. It was Jake Paul, Tyron Woodley won.
I don't care about neither one of those motherfucking clowns, bro.
Main event?
They don't deserve a mouthpiece.
Forget the mouthpiece.
Yeah, right? And I'll tell you the funny thing, like so I'm doing like the mental gymnastics, and I'm like, I think my answer was something along the lines of like, they're like, can you do it or not? And I think I said like, well, it's not impossible, which was a mistake on my part. But turns out we did an overnight kit there. Did the mold within 20 minutes, overnighted it back the same day. I made it in about 2 hours and got it there like the afternoon of the fight, like literally right when they're going to the arena.
That's great work. So you are the reason that fight happened and somebody got paid, a bunch of people. So they need to be giving you a shout out for that.
That's right. And listen, if we're keeping score,
It was Tyron.
of course, 100%. But also, I will say
He
this.
left it in that chick asshole. He was
This
eating
is
up.
crazy.
Yep.
I will say I did not make his mouthpiece for the second fight, so draw whatever conclusion you want from that.
That shit was set up
I'm not-
anyway. We know that. Andrew, thank you so much for joining us on the podcast today. I really appreciate it. Everybody go over to Impact Dental Designs. Grab you the best mouthpiece in the game. I have a few of them. Can't have mine, so go order one for yourself. I know, right? Thank you guys. Face Meets Fits. Face Meets Fits. Owner and creator as well. So thank you for that. And also Get Biofuel. Thank you guys for sponsoring the show. Everybody check in with us next week.
Sounds
Bonez,
good.
G. Jones. Thank
Sounds
you guys.
good.
We rolling!
Shut it down.
Yeah! Ladies and gentlemen,